Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Again, want to thank everyone for your support on the channel. All the viewers, all the subscribers, immensely appreciate the support. Today I want to do a quick update video on my L3 Plus Antminer. If you remember from my prior videos, I was able to pick up an L3 Plus off Craigslist for about $2,500 or so. Thought that was a very good deal considering that these will sell for $3,500 plus, some even over $4,000 on eBay. So I went ahead and picked it up. Have been mining with it since the 18th here. Pretty much interrupted 24 hours a day. The only caveat is that on the 25th here, it was down for about 6 hours or so. So the return here is a little bit less, but for the most part, these will be accurate rates of return for running this Antminer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from the 18th all the way up to the 31st, and it's still running here, so these may start updating here as we go through the video. The only caveat behind these numbers before we start talking about them in detail is that the difficulty will change every few days or so. You can see on the 18th, the 22nd, 25th, 28th, and the 30th, the difficulty changes. And just to do a quick update or review of how this works, essentially the coins are always mined at a constant rate. There's always a constant reward for the network. So if there's only a few people mining, they get a lot of coins. If there's a lot of people mining, those coins are then divided by how many people are mining, so each person gets less coins. That's all done through difficulty. So the more miners there are, the more global hashing power in the system, the difficulty goes up to make the algorithms more difficult to solve. So there's always a steady rate of Litecoin that are produced. So if there are lots more people on the system, this number here will go up, and you can see here it started at 3.56 million, 3.68, 3.71, 3.73, and 4.0 million. And back when I was mining back in 2013-14 or so, it was essentially around 70,000. So you can see how much this difficulty has risen, basically telling you that there's a lot more hashing power, a lot more people doing the mining. But again, there's always a constant rate of coins produced per interval. And then if you take a look at all the way on the right here, you can see exactly how many coins were produced per interval here, again based on the difficulty here, with rising difficulty going to translate into less coins mined, and you can really see that happening here. So I only mined partially on this particular interval here, 0.07 for essentially a day or so on that, but for the interval on the 22nd, the 25th, and the 28th here, these are full intervals, and you can see the total amount of rewards decreases as the difficulty goes up. And the difficulty only went up a few points here, 3.6 to 3.7, 3.73 million. But you can see the rewards went down quite considerably, 0.245, 0.239, 0.225. So essentially that's making about $18 or so here, all the way down to about $16. And that's not taking into consideration the changing price of Litecoin. So the big things that will determine the rate of return will be the difficulty, total global hashing power. Your hashing power essentially stays the same unless you add more equipment. And then what the price of the coin is. So I'm going to kind of take the price of the coin out of the equation right now. As you guys know, cryptocurrency is very volatile. It can go up and down, even by $100 in a few days. So I'm just going to focus on the rewards here. And then you can take this times whatever the coin is trading for, or what you think the coin will trade for in the future, to kind of get your profit margin in line there. So I'm going to talk about the number of coins mined per interval, but not necessarily the total price of the coins. Having said all that, let's go back up top here to the individual days of mining here. Again, the days are essentially continual mining, except on the 25th there, where there was about a 6-hour period where it was not mining. And you can see here pretty consistent returns here, about 0.07 coins per day at a price of about $200 or so. This translates to about $17 or $18 per day, and you can see it was pretty consistent here over each of the hashing power. So again, on the bottom there, changed on the 22nd. You can see the number of coins mined did go down a bit here, and again on this last interval, you can see it went down even further. So the more time that elapses, you can see that the rate of return will decrease. So when you do buy one of these machines, or if you're thinking about buying a cryptocurrency mining machine, make sure you take that into consideration. The payback period will definitely change, and it'll take more days to get back your investment. Unless the price of the coin starts rising dramatically, it will kind of attenuate the rise in the difficulty. And the other thing too would be, as the coin becomes more valuable, a lot of miners will shift their mining over to that particular coin, and the difficulty will go up and your mined coins will go down. So you have to take that into consideration as well. So far not too bad, but I'm not quite sure the investment was worth it so far. I think I've only made about $150, $160 worth of cryptocurrency so far after spending about $2,550 or so on the cryptocurrency miner, the L3 Plus Antminer. And the L3 Plus Antminer is the most powerful Litecoin mining apparatus out there, or at least one of the top 3. There's, I think, a few others that have a little bit more hashing power, but for the most part, it's one of the most powerful pieces of dedicated ASICs hardware out there to mine these cryptocurrency coins. Yet it's only making 0.07 coins a day, about $16 to $18 when the price of the coin is around $200 or so. Right now, I believe the coin did come back quite a bit today. I think even down in the $150 range. So I may be making less than $12, maybe around $10 actually, given the rise in the difficulty here. So I hope this kind of reinforces the idea that buying into ASICs equipment, buying into cryptocurrency mining equipment is not guaranteed to make your money back. And I'm not quite sure I'll even make that $2,500 back. I think what I'll probably do is mine with this for a while. If I do see that there is this big steep incline in the Litecoin difficulty, I probably will try to sell off the machine, recoup some of my money, and really look to break even. So it's kind of an experiment, jumping in and buying this piece of equipment. I didn't think I would make a very good rate of return, but did kind of want to experiment with it to kind of see exactly what I could do with returns. And so far, as you can see on the bottom there, I got 0.916 or so coins. And the nice part about the mining pool that I'm on, it pays out, or I've set it to pay out every 0.1. So I essentially have 0.1 Litecoin in my wallet now. Don't have to worry about the a pool getting hacked or my coins disappearing. I always transfer those back to my wallet on my computer and then keep those over in a USB thumb drive cold storage. Make sure that there's no hacking going on with that. But so far, so good. Very pleased with the performance. But again, I'm not quite sure I'll make back that initial investment of $2,500 in the way that the difficulty is rising. Difficulty is rising quite rapidly. In every interval, every 3 days or so, I'm losing a lot of coins and I'm making less money in regards to rate of return. So I'll continue following this forward here if you guys are interested in this. I know there was a few people on the channel who wanted this video produced, so just wanted to quickly go through and talk about some of the numbers. Again, real world mining with the L3 Plus Antminer, again, from the 18th all the way to the 31st. So let me know if you guys have L3 Plus Antminer. How are you guys doing? Are you thinking about selling off your equipment? I know I read an article that Samsung has now jumped into making equipment for at least Bitcoin mining. Not quite sure about the other altcoins like Litecoin, script coins, but I would presume they are also making chips for that. So if they start producing along with Bitmain and a lot of the other top cryptocurrency manufacturers of hardware, it could be quite competitive, and I think that difficulty will rise quite sharply, actually. So that's one thing to take into consideration. But either way, let me know what you guys are doing with your machinery, if you're going to continue to mine with it or you're going to sell them off and try to recoup some of that money before the machines essentially become useless as new, more powerful machines come onto the market. So not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here. As always, if you guys enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Until next video, we'll see you then.